With Growlers head coach Eric Wellwood. Eric, close game for a while, but the Lions pulled away late to force a Game 7. Kind of sum up the evening for the Growlers.
Yeah, I thought our first period was fantastic. Had an opportunity to really go up in the game. We weren't able to capitalize on our chances. They were hanging around a little bit, and we were able to. When they made it 3-1, we battled back to make it 3-3. It's unfortunate that we let in that goal with 30 seconds to go, and then to start the third, right away they seemed to score again and seemed to deflate us a little bit. But I thought all in all we played a good game. I mean, we outshot them by a decent margin, and we had our opportunities. Maybe a little bit too many odd man rushes that we gave up, but I think we were pressing a little bit, and when you're pressing that hard, you're going to give those up. But we're still alive and get to play tomorrow.
First Game 7 in team history. First time the Growlers as a franchise have ever faced elimination. I mean, feeling any added pressure heading into tomorrow?
No. I mean, I told the boys if there's one group that I would take in this league in a do or die game, it would be them. And, it's just another game. To me, it is what it is. We all know what's at stake, but, I know I'm going to get our best effort from our boys. And they're going to come back and, they should believe in themselves. They've had such a good season all year. They're a fantastic hockey team. I got no worries.
And Keith Petruzzelli, maybe a bit of an uncharacteristic night between the pipes from him. What did you see in his performance?
Yeah, maybe not his best night, but, we gave up some 2-on-1s and some odd man rushes that, make it difficult on him. But KP's such a gamer. Again, if there's one goalie that I'd want to take in this league, it would be him going into a Game 7. He's a guy that, even when we're playing mini games in practice, he's as if it's a Stanley Cup Finals. So, he's got the right mindset. It is what it is. He's always bounced back after every game that, if he didn't have a great performance, I got full confidence in him. I would take him over anybody for sure.
How do you try to maybe get some of the momentum back after back-to-back losses against the Lions for the first time all season?
I think you just pretend like nothing happened now. It's one game now. Who cares about momentum? It's all the chips are down, and it doesn't matter what's happened. As a player, I've been in these situations before. You just forget about the past and how you got to Game 7. It doesn't matter. They could think maybe they have a bad mindset where they think it's going to be easier. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I think it's one of those games where you just come and make sure that you bring your A game and your A effort and see where the chips fall.
I know you mentioned, odd man rushes, giving up against, and I know that's partially born out of the style the Growlers play that, gets everyone involved on the offense. But, that seems to have been a couple of times now in the series that maybe the Growlers have gotten caught. Is that something you look to address in the next 12 hours, or how do you rectify that?
You know what? We're not going to go and change our game style now. To me, we've had ample opportunities to score goals. They just haven't gone our way just yet. I got full confidence in that. Definitely, I think there's times where we can be a little bit more cautious, and we were preaching that at times, but we're not going to change our game style. To me, we're going to live and die by this, and score some goals.
Eric, just a couple here. Really seemed like you said, you guys were flying in the first, a bunch of chances. Then it seemed like energy changed a bit, and then you found it again, and it changed again. What do you contribute that to?
Well, it was. I think we were getting a little bit, and maybe to my own fault, I was getting a little worked up with the officiating. I thought we deserved some calls, and we weren't getting them, and all of a sudden we had to kill 4 and only had 1 power play, and it seemed a little bit odd. But that's on me. I was getting the guys a little bit fired up. But the boys battled back. I mean, they have a lot of resilience in that dressing room. It's just unfortunate. It's a little bit disheartening to let in a goal with 30 seconds to go, I'm sure. And then especially, at the start of the third when, we can regroup after that, and then the puck was in. Very difficult to mount another 2-goal comeback. I don't know what changed. I just think it's just one of those games where it seemed like it was going in for them. And it's almost like it's meant to go to Game 7, and I'm happy to go to Game 7.
I guess, and just finally for me, I know you might have answered with Chris, but just finding it for Game 7 now, like where does that come from for you guys, do you think?
It's a winner take all. There's not much. It's not very difficult to get up for. It's like, do you want your season to end, or do you want to keep moving on? We've talked about that. We think that we're a championship team all season long. You're going to have adversity, of course. That's what makes the story so good. It wouldn't be as much fun if you just swept it across. You wouldn't have too many stories to say after. So you don't have to go find it. I mean, we found it. You look at us, look at our game in the first period. We absolutely dominated. And even there's at times in these series we're absolutely dominated. You don't have to go find it. You just go and play.
Have the Lions surprised you at all? I mean, I know we saw them so many times throughout the regular season. They've been a formidable opponent through this series, no doubt.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, as a staff, we talked that this could be a 6-game series. They're a very, very good hockey team, very, very good players. It hasn't been the team that we've seen all year, of course not. And this is when both teams, us and them, have all their players. And I think it's very fair where the series is at. And I think if anybody took themselves away from my position and just looked at it for what it is, I think, 6 or 7 games is a very fair series. I don't think anybody deserved to sweep anybody. They're a very, very good hockey team. I've been telling the boys that from game 1. We haven't been taking them lightly. This is what it should have been.
How much of an effect have the injuries had on the series?
Injuries? Obviously they lost Saint Amand and we lost OC. So, I don't know if I think it's 1 for 1 with those 2 guys. Obviously we lost Hellickson last game, but he was back tonight. This is playoffs. You're going to have injuries. I don't think they've really played a part on either side too much. I think it's, something to be expected when you're in these playoff series, especially, how hard both teams are playing.
I noticed in all 3 periods, it seemed like the Growlers gave up a quick one. Certainly not a habit you'd like to see form. How does that land on you when you look back at it? I guess. I mean, that's.
I think it's something. I think you mentioned it. It hasn't happened all year. So to me, it's just a one-off. I don't think you look at one game and go, a pattern has formed. It hasn't. It is one game that this happened. Oh well. I'm not going to dwell on it, and the boys shouldn't.
The 3-3 goal, and then leading into the late call by the officials. What changed on the bench from that call?
Maybe some emotions, of course. I think we were a little bit worked up because we thought we deserved some as well. I'm not saying that we didn't take penalties. I just thought it would go the other way, but they would have been. I don't know what's changed. That's difficult to answer. They're emotional games. You're going to have ups and downs, and to say that you're not going to feel those ups and downs, I think people are lying. I think it was just a little bit hyped up on our part. That's all right. We have another game tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll keep our composure.